Who here is tired of everybody complaining about ice? I am. Am I the only one? Anybody? Am I the only one? Sick and tired of it. Everywhere I go, all I hear about is ice. Ice this, ice that. Ice is over here. Ice is over there. Sick and tired of it. And I'm sick and tired of people protesting, acting like idiots, getting themselves in trouble, some of them getting themselves killed for being in the wrong place at the absolute wrong time. Because everything in this world works on one principle: action and reaction. That's it. Everything in science works on the principle of action and reaction. Everything in space works on the principle of action, reaction. And maybe if everybody would stop and think about that for a minute, maybe a lot of this wouldn't be going on. Because the problem with ice is ice has gotten, they're sitting at DEFCON 1 because everywhere they go, they're getting attacked. They're getting run over by cars. People are throwing bricks at them, throwing rocks at them, taking random shots at them from the freaking woods and from up in trees. So these guys are sitting right now at red line. Red line. So why would you put yourself in front of a group of guys that are already stressed to the hilt and start doing stupid things? Because chances are something's going to go wrong. And it is. It's going wrong everywhere. And the more things go wrong, the more of these people go in protest, which continues to escalate the problem. It's baffling to me. Baffling to me. If a bank just got robbed by a bunch of guys wielding guns, do not walk into the bank the next day carrying a gun. Because chances are something's going to go wrong. Then you're going to whine and cry about it like an idiot. But the problem is you. It's not the cops that arrested you. It's you. You're the problem. And you can't whine and cry about it when you do stupid things. Action, reaction. Joe Biden, action, opening the border. Tens of millions of illegals pour in. Reaction, Donald Trump, dispatching ICE to get rid of the illegals. Action, the illegals pour in. 2022 is the high point. The cost of housing skyrockets. That's the reaction. See how it works? See how it works? But nobody's wrapping their minds around this. Because the very people who are complaining about ICE are the very people also complaining about the cost of housing. Illegals flood in, action. Cost of housing increases, reaction. So which side of the fence are you on? Do you want illegals or do you want low-cost housing? Because you can't have both. Because you can't insert 20 plus million people into a country and expect nothing to change. You cannot do that. All right? Job market got crappier. Reaction. What was the action? 20 million illegals coming over. Cost of everything skyrocketed. Reaction. What was the action? 20 million illegals coming over. Because now when we go to the Walmart, for whatever reason, I'm not having to shop with everybody in my neighborhood. I'm having to shop with 20 plus million other people who are going to absorb those goods. Now, all of a sudden, Mr. Toilet Paper Maker is like, oh my God, we're out of toilet paper. We got to make more. We got to make more. We got to ramp up production, hire more people, get more of this stuff. And guess what? His cost goes up. As his cost goes up, the cost of his product goes up. See how that works? Action and reaction. Why is that so hard for everybody to understand? So you're on the side of illegals or the side of low-cost housing? Which one is it? Because you liberals are on the sides of both, and you can't be on the side of both. You can't have 20 million people flooding into our country, plus expect housing to stay low. Action, reaction. And if you've watched my channel, you know that the celebrities absolutely they peel the skin off of my body. I can't stand them. I cannot stand them. Because they sit in their glass houses, and boy, do they love to throw stones at all the little people. Because do not forget, they would walk on the ground if not for all of us, for them to tread upon. Because in their minds, they're gods. We're just a bunch of idiots running around who should be worshiping them, and sadly, a lot of people do. That's why these people have tens of millions of followers on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. TikTok, by the way, is just a cesspool of stupidity, if you did not know. It's a cesspool of stupidity. But these people flood to them and they listen to them and they take advice from them. I'm going to tell you right now, if you ever take advice from a celebrity, then you're a moron, okay? Then you're a moron. You do not have enough critical brain skills to live on your own. So therefore, you should let somebody take care of you the rest of your life if you take advice from a Hollywood celebrity. Somebody who's never been in your shoes, never walked the road you've walked down. All right? Case in point, little Marky Ruffalo. Little Marky Ruffalo, they're at the Golden Globes and they're wearing their pins. Be good, ice out. Well, there's a lot of ways to solve this ice problem. And in my opinion, Donald Trump, Minneapolis, let's just take Minneapolis. Call them up, ice guy number 1, ice guy number 2, ice girl number 3, all of y'all get out. Now, leave. Everybody out of Minneapolis. Problem solved. That's the action. Now, the reaction is a lot of things are going to go wrong in Minneapolis because all the illegals are going to flood there. Then your crime's going to go up, your cost of goods is going to go up, your housing is going to go up, which ultimately means your taxes are going to go up because somebody has to pay to take care of all these people. And guess what? It's going to be you. It's not going to be Marky Ruffalo or Wanda Sykes. It's not going to be them or Billie Eilish. It's not going to be them. It's going to be you. And yet you're going to sit and complain about it. And you're going to protest it. And that's baffling to me. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to ask you, well, let me get back to that. Let me get to this real quick. So at the Golden Globes, it was a few weeks ago. They're wearing their little pins, be good, ice out. And Mark Ruffalo, Wanda Sykes, and Gene Smart, the rest of the weirdo Hollywood elites. But let me just read this to you real quick. During Sunday's 83rd Golden Globe, several celebrities used the event to protest U.S. Immigrations and Custom Enforcement just days after the fatal shooting of Renee Nicole Good. I'm not going to comment about that at all. I'm not getting into that. Stars like Mark Ruffalo, Wanda Sykes, Gene Smart, Ariana Grande, Natasha Lyonne, and others wore pins with slogans that read, be good and ice out. Of course, this is for the mother who was murdered by an ICE agent, and it's really sad. It is really sad. It's very sad that she got killed. I know people are out marching in all today. There's that great English, that great language skills, the great language skills that she has, and we need to speak up. Sykes told Variety on the red carpet prior to the show, we need to be out there and shut this rogue government down because it's just awful what they're doing to people. You know what? Wanda Sykes, I didn't hear you complaining when Obama was bagging and tagging people by the millions and sending them out. Why weren't you complaining then? Because Obama was deporting millions. You remember the pictures of the kids in the cages? That was Obama. You all blamed Trump. Then the evidence came out. It was Obama. That's right. He was the one holding them. Obama. Were you complaining then, Wanda? Marky Ruffalo? Or are you just doing it now because it's Donald Trump? Because your hypocrisy is so huge, I can't see around it to see if you're telling the truth or not. Because you didn't do it when Obama was doing it, but you're sure as hell doing it. Donald Trump's doing it. And here's the problem. Now Donald Trump's doing it. Every blue-haired, nose-ring-wearing weirdo is going out there, and they're escalating a situation that is already escalated. And things are going wrong. Okay? ICE agents are already at red line. People have tried to run them over. They throw rocks at them. They throw bricks at them. They take random shots from treetops and out of the bushes at them. So they're already extremely volatile. Why are they volatile? Because you all keep doing shit like this. And then when something goes wrong, then all of you all get on your bandwagon and complain. And had all of you stayed home that day, none of this would have happened. And that girl would be alive right now. But yet you blame Donald Trump and ICE. You put all the blame on them, but none of the blame on yourselves. Because had you not been there, none of this would have happened. And had these people not protesting, chances are this young lady could have drove right on by and nothing would have happened. But no, you all went there and you escalated an already violent situation, and then you complained when something went wrong. Because I'm going to tell you, every time you do this, something is going to go wrong. Every time. And yet you morons, you idiots, you imbeciles continue to do it. And people continue to get hurt. And then you blame everybody but yourselves because you should not have been there to begin with. Let ICE do their jobs. If you leave them alone, chances are everything's going to be much more civil. But it's not, because when they're trying to get illegals, criminals, whatever have you, you all are escalating the situation and you're attacking ICE. And when you attack them, they are being forced to attack back. Then things go wrong. I am never going to jump into a snake pit full of rattlesnakes and then complain when I get bit. Because that's exactly what's happening here. Then you have these clowns, Mark Ruffalo, Wanda Sykes, Gene Smart, Ariana Grande. Be cool, ICE out. Okay, yes, ICE out. Donald Trump should pull every single ICE agent out of Minnesota. Gone, everybody out. You all win. But action, reaction. The action is we're pulling everybody out because we're tired of the violence. We're tired of the violence. The reaction is no more federal funding. You get to pay for all your sanctuary cities yourself. And if any illegal, and you got to remember, even if they're not a criminal, when they cross that border, they became an illegal. Because guess what? If I went to Australia right now and I crossed that border legally, and when I got caught, what do you think they would do? They would bag me up and send me home. So why is it okay for all the other countries to do it, but not America? Why is that? But what I was saying, get them out. You all pay for them. And then when your taxes go up, because they will, because somebody has to pay for them. So when your taxes go up, are y'all going to be happy then when they go up even higher than they already are? Are you going to be happy? And Mark Ruffalo, how many of these illegals, how many are you taking care of? How many are living with you on your vast estate? How many? Oh, that would be zero, because it's not his job, it's your job. And this is what I dislike about celebrities. This is the very thing that just makes me, I can't stand them, and this is why. Because they'll get on their soapboxes and they will whine, they will cry, they will preach, they will bitch as long as you handle the problem, because they're sure as hell not going to do it. They may throw a few bucks at it here and there, but how many live with you, Mark? Ariana Grande, you got tons of money. How many illegals live with you? I need to know, because I'm pretty sure the answer is zero. And y'all go to your Golden Globe events. We have imbecilic morons celebrating other imbecilic morons for really doing nothing spectacular, all right? You're not curing disease. You're not saving lives. You're not doing anything. Doing absolutely nothing. You're not winning the Spain Grand Prix, okay? You're not kicking the winning field goal in the Super Bowl. You're just making some movies, and not even good ones at that. And I got to tell you, nothing infuriates me more than, you're watching and they're interviewing this guy and they're like, oh, we spent 4 months on shoot. It was the hardest thing in the world. I've never worked so hard in my life. It was brutal. Seriously? Really? Was it brutal? The other day at work, I'm standing there and I'm looking across the street and there's a dude out there in 13 degrees with a jackhammer busting up concrete. Was it that brutal, Mark Ruffalo, Wanda Sykes, Ariana Grande? Was it that hard? Was it that hard? Should I cry for you now while you live on your estates? Spouting out your vitriol, really doing nothing, just throwing your opinions out there. Which brings me to another idiot, and that would be Billie Eilish, as she, and this is the worst, calls out other celebs for not using their platform to fight ICE. Well, you know what, Billie Eilish, you no talent hack. No talent at all. Her music's horrible. Music's horrible. You can walk down Broadway in Nashville right now, and it's frozen over there. What is it? What do we got here? Is it 19 degrees here right now in Tennessee? You can go over there right now. Walk down Broadway, and you will run into 2,000 more talented people than Billie Eilish that, for whatever reason, can't get a break, haven't got their break, but by far more talented. But Billie Eilish calls out celebrities to use their platform. Really? Is that what we need? To listen to more celebrities? Is that what we need? More idiots? That chances are my IQ is at least 80 points higher than most of them? Do I want to take advice from her? Him? No, I do not. Nobody needs to take advice from celebrities. These people live in alternate universes. They don't live in the real world. And the last thing I need is Billie Eilish. Let me just read this. Billie Eilish calls out silent celebs as outrage grows over the Alex Preddy killing. And there again, I'm not going to comment about the Alex Preddy killing. But then again, I am going to say, don't go into a violent, escalated situation. And sure as hell don't go brandishing a weapon with loaded magazines. And think that nothing's going to go wrong. Now, I'm not advocating for what happened to him. I hate that the guy got shot. I truly do. But don't walk into a bank with a gun right after the bank got robbed by guys with guns. Don't jump into the snake pit. All right? And that's what these people are doing. They're jumping into the snake pit. Then they're getting all outraged when they get bit. And there again, and I got to say this, had the agitators not agitated the situation to a feverish pitch, chances are this young man would be alive right now. Action, reaction. Then we have Billie Eilish, like I said. Grammy Award-winning songwriter Billie Eilish, mind-boggling to me, shared a blunt 9-word message to her fellow celebrities in light of their silence amid unrest in Minnesota. Hey, my fellow celebrities, you gonna speak up? Again, there they are with that great English. Or, that's how she ended her sentence. Hey, you gonna speak up? Or what? What? What's the or? I need to know what the or is. You can't leave me. You can't leave me hanging. You can't leave me dangling here, Billy. What's the or? I need to know. Or are you going to have to take 50 illegals into your house and take care of them yourself? Oh, no, that's not going to happen. That's never going to happen. But she wrote on Instagram, story to her 125 million followers. Did you hear me there? 125 million. Really? Really? You know, people, well, she's a good person. She gives to charity. Okay, great. Does she perform charity? I bet she doesn't. So, Billy, how many illegals live with you? If you're so against them being deported, people who've broken our sovereign laws to be here, if you're so against them being deported, how many live with you? How many are you personally taking care of? What? Zero, you say? None? And yet you have the audacity to get on your soapbox and complain because, do not forget, I digress. It's not her job to take care of them. It's yours. It's her job to preach words down from her mountain to all the little people, which is us. So we're supposed to listen to her complain to the other celebrities about complaining to us. And if you take any advice from these people, you're a moron, like I said. Her post came during a slew of reposts condemning violence in Minnesota, while also taking aim at high-profile figures she accused of failing to use their platforms to speak out, because we don't need to hear from you and your platform, okay? I don't need to hear anything you say, Billie Eilish, not one word. There's nothing in this life you can teach me. Absolutely nothing, all right? There's nothing you know that I don't know. So why would I listen to anything you have to say? And there again, instead of calling out ICE, why don't you call out the agitators who are escalating the situation? Because I'm going to say this again, had none of the agitators been there, this young man would be alive. But it's not the agitators' fault. It's ICE's fault, of course, for doing their jobs, It's their fault. And yet people, listen to these people. We're seeing our neighbors being kidnapped, peaceful protesters being assaulted and murdered, our civil rights being stripped, resources to fight the climate crisis being cut for fossil fuels, and animal agriculture destroying our planet, and people's access to food, and healthcare becoming a privilege for the wealthy instead of new basic human rights for all Americans. Do you have health insurance, Billie Eilish? Are you going without? Are you going without food? Because come here to Knoxville, Tennessee, and I will show you people who don't have health insurance who are going without food. All right? I see thousands of them every single day at my job. Thousands of them. They're drones wandering endlessly up and down the avenue. Hey, maybe that'd be a song for you to write, Billie Eilish. Drones wandering endlessly up and down the avenue. Maybe you can turn it into a dance song, a groove. So I don't want to hear you whine, and I don't want to hear you bitch sitting up in your ivory castle about people who do not have things, because you're not one of those people. Okay? You're worth how many millions of dollars? And yet you're going to sit here and advocate for those who don't have anything. How many homeless people live with you? 0. How many illegals? 0. How many families are you providing health care? Well, that's not my job to provide health care for them. You're right, it's not your job. Just like it's not my job. But yet you demand that people get free health care, and guess who's paying for it? Skippy here. That's right, my taxes, my wife's taxes. That's who's paying for it. You see where I'm going with this, Billie Eilish? And then we turn over to Ariana Grande. You know, she's telling people that they need to skip work to protest ICE. Well, that's pretty easy, Ariana Grande, when you're worth millions of dollars. It's easy for you to sit on your ass and not do anything for the next 6 months. Guess what? If a regular American does that, yeah, they go broke and lose their home. That's what happens, Ariana Grande. So tell you what, all these people you want to miss work and miss their paychecks so they can go fight ICE and cause more turbulence and cause more people to get killed. Brilliant, by the way. That's brilliant. I think everybody in Hollywood should back that plan. Let's send everybody down to where ICE is. Let's agitate the hell of a situation. Let's throw rocks at them. Let's hit them with cars. And when people get killed, we'll use them as martyrs. Because that's what we're doing. Because when the young lady got shot, when she got shot, the very first words out of everybody's mouth was, what's the name of the shooter? They didn't care one iota about that young lady getting shot because she was a talking point to the liberal media. That's all it was. They didn't even know her name for the next hour, but they sure as hell knew the name of the guy who shot her because she's just a talking point. And this is why I'm so pissed off about it. Because I'm tired of hearing the people complain, and the people complaining are the ones causing the problem, causing people to get hurt. It is against the law to interfere with a federal officer, period. This is not up for debate. This is not a negotiation. You're not even allowed to go up to a federal officer and put your hand on his shoulder. You can be arrested for doing that. And yet somehow you all think it's okay to spit on them, throw rocks at them, throw bottles at them, run them over the cars and take shots at them. And then when something goes wrong, you complain. Just like Ariana Grande here. Again, sitting in her ivory castle. Telling everybody else what they should do. All you poor people, you all should miss work to go protest what's going on right now. You don't need a paycheck. Your kids don't need to be fed. Yeah, I would go with you, but I can't because I'm special. I can't go down there and protest with the commoners because, you know, I'm so far above you. And that's how these people think. Ariana Grande, case in point. And luckily, Amber Rose comes out and tells her that she needs to shut the F up. And she literally says it right here. Amber Rose is calling out what she sees as elite hypocrisy, to say the least, after Ariana Grande endorsed a nationwide protest against Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, urging Americans to skip work, school, and shopping. Let's get. We want you to skip work, and you can skip school. But more importantly, we want you to skip shopping. Because I can assure you, that's what Ariana Grande does with most of her time is shopping. Because she has the money to do that. Well, she probably has people shop for her. So she wants you to not go to work, not go to school, and not shop to fulfill her grievance. I want you to miss getting your education. I want you to miss making money. And I want you to miss buying that birthday present for your daughter's 3rd birthday so we can protest ICE. Okay, Ariana Grande. Again, I'm going to take advice from somebody who my IQ is probably 80 points higher. The model and actress slammed what she called out-of-touch activism from a celebrity worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Grande shared an Instagram story post promoting a nationwide shutdown protest scheduled for January 30th, encouraging followers to stay home and halt economic activity. Okay. Ice out. Nationwide shutdown. No work, no school, no shopping. January 30, 2026. Grande's post read. The idea of the shutdown has ignited debate online, with critics arguing how nationwide protests could impact families living paycheck to paycheck. Ariana Grande ain't got time to worry about that. Come on, man. She ain't got time to worry. That's your problem. That's not her problem. Just like the ICE protest. I don't see her down there protesting because that's beneath her. She wants you to go down there and take a bullet for her. Then she can complain about you taking the bullet. See how it works with these people? See how it works? Ariana Grande, I think she's worth, I don't know, $250, $300 million, telling people not to go to work, protest ICE. It's like, girl, shut the F up, Rose said in a live stream Thursday with social media personality Sneeko. Sneeko. Where do these people get their names at? Where do they get their names at? Do you want to give your money away to those people to stay home from work? Of course not. Ariana's not going to do that. Stop telling people to do that. I think anyone that tells people not to go to work, not to go to school, not to effing buy things for their family, and they're worth $250 to $300 million, they should just shut the F up. Well, you know what, Amber Rose? I agree with you. I think Ariana Grande just needs to shut the hell up. I think it's time for her to move on and just go ahead and leave the country.